Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I have brought you the ABC costing sum. Actually, this is one of the comprehensive sum of activity-based costing problems, and this one problem will cover the entire chapter. That's how this question was constructed, and I've picked this sum for you to understand the entire chapter. Let's start with this sum. ABC costing, which is activity based costing. Okay, why there is a ABC costing? Since we have already have a absorption costing, right? Since we already have absorption costing, why there is a new costing method, which is the overhead costing method? But do we need to have it in our system? Why? This is why, because absorption costing is a blanket overhead rate. It doesn't have any specific or detailed manner of costing. This is like a blanket overhead rate. This actually calculate the overheads per unit or the entire products level, which is actually the departmental level. They are actually calculating the departmental rate, the overhead rate. But when it comes to costing, it actually takes the activity as a resource, activity as a cost driver, or activity as a cost pool, which actually accumulates the cost pool in it. For example, let's take here we can see that setup cost, store receiving, inspection activity, or material handling or dispatch. These are the activity. These are all the activity which actually been the reason for the overhead. So ABC costing is saying that these activities are actually causing the overheads. Not the department not the department is costing the overhead. So that's why we are taking the activities and we are apportioning or we are charging the overheads to the products by taking the activity as a cost driver quantity, which is a base quantity, right? So that's what this actually ABC costing is saying. To simply have to simply, if I want to show, let's take traditional, which is absorption costing, and ABC, which is activity based, right? So we have a set of overheads like factory rent, supervisor salary, repair and maintenance, depreciation, kind of overheads we have in our factory. And how we apportion through traditional method is we apportion all these factory overhead, and there are three processes, like there are two processes now: primary distribution and secondary distribution method. We are distributing this overheads into production departments, right? Like the same way there are factory rents we occur, no, like the same way we are apportioning this or charging this, apportioning these overheads into machine run activity, setup activity, inspection activity, material handling or dispatch activity. That's how we have segregate our overheads, or we have apportion our overheads into the activity based. So this is the only difference, and actually it's go deeper. It is a surface level overhead apportion. This is a deeper level overhead apportion. So that's the only difference we have with this ABC costing. ABC costing is more precise and uh, more detailed. It's take of it's take some information beyond traditional level. So that's why this actually takes place in our system. And let's start with this problem. Okay, what they are saying: A Limited is there, has four products. Okay, what are those four products? A, B, C, D, right? All these products are using same plant and process. Okay, this is what they have given. So we have written in this. So what else given? Output. Output given. Direct material per unit given. Direct labor per unit given. machine hour rate, machine hour unit, machine hour per unit given. So if we multiply this, we'll get the total machine hours, right? Okay, what else given? The four products are similar and are usually produced in the production runs of 24 units. So every production run gives 24 units. And what else? Sold in batches of 12 units. So every batch sold 12 units. And what else? Using machine hour rate currently absorbs the production rate. So currently they are using the traditional costing system, which is overhead absorption costing or absorption method. So for in that they are using machine hour as a base quantity, and the total overheads incurred by the company for the period is okay. Total overheads given in this sum they have given by activities. So what we need for total, okay, let's just fill this up, what all the information given. So activity based cost pool, which is overhead given, and total overheads, this is total overheads given in this problem. What else? During the period the following cost drivers are to be used for the overhead cost. So what they are saying is, what are all the cost driver for the cost pool is given: setup cost, stores, receiving, inspection, material handling. For all these, number of production run is the number of production run, number of requisition raised, number of production runs and orders executed are cost driver for all those cost pools. What else given? Actually, if you see, you couldn't find the cost driver quantity in this sum, that we have to find out. Cost driver quantity we have to find out. So it is also determined that machine operation and maintenance cost should be apportioned between, so machine operation and maintenance cost should be apportioned to setup cost, stores receiving and inspection activity. So what they are saying is they wants us to reconstruct the cost to pool structure. So that's what they have given. We have to reapportion the value of machine operation and maintenance cost to setup cost, stores receiving and inspection. And what else? Number of requisition raised on store. So this is a clue for cost driver quantity. Number of requisition 50 for each product. Okay, this is fine. Number of orders, which is 192, not clear. So we have to find out for every product. And each batch contains 12 units. Okay, that's it. So what else they have given? Required: calculate the total cost of each product if all overhead costs are absorbed on machine hour rate basis. So what they have said is absorption costing they have asked us to prepare, and the total cost of each product using the activity based costing, like as we already seen the informations, we have to prepare the activity based costing. And the last one is comment briefly on differences disclosed between overhead traced by present system and those traced by activity based costing. So what could be the reason why there is a difference between the absorption costing and activity based costing, that we have to give a comment over here. So like quickly jump into this sum, and I hope you guys have understood this sum, what it is. To be simply say, they are using the traditional costing system, and the factory wants to utilize the absorption costing, since it is effective, since it seems effective for them. So that's why they are planning to take up this, and they wants to understand, will that be clearly distribute the overheads or not. So that's what we are going to give a comment. Let's see. Okay, first question, which is absorption costing. Okay, absorption costing. We don't need to. Okay, okay. Here, since all those products are using the one department, so we are going to only prepare for one department, right? So absorption costing. So total overheads given. Total overheads given, which is how much rupees? 1,10,592. What else? Machine hour rate, machine hours, total machine hours, right? This we have to find. Third one is absorption costing. This we need to find. Fourth one is charging it to the products. This is a sequence of steps, right? So that's why I'm writing, so we can easily pick up and quickly finish the sum. The last one is statement of total cost per unit. So if we finish this 5 steps, we are done with the absorption costing. Next we can go to the ABC costing. So first one. So as we already know that total overheads, we have to find out the total machine hours. Step 2, which is total machine hours. Products. How many products are? A, B, C, D. Machine hours taken by every unit of the product, which is 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hours. Okay. Two, one. How many units they possess? 720, 600, 480. What else? 504. Okay. If we multiply this, we'll get the total machine hours per products as well as the department as a whole also. Total machine hours. 720 into 4, 2880. 600 into 3, 1800. 480 into 2, which is 960. Then 504 hours. So total it 1860 plus 504. So 6144 hours actually spent in department to produce all these products A, B, and C, D. So right. So what's the next step, which is absorption costing? We have to find out the absorption costing rate. Total overheads divisible by total machine hours. Total overheads is how much? 1,10,592 divisible by 6144 hours, which actually rupees 18 per hour is the absorption rate. So S4. How can we charge it to the products? We find out the absorption costing rate, right? Since it is one department, we found out the one absorption costing rate. Okay. Products, machine hour rate, absorption rate, and then total overheads per unit. Okay. A, since we have a machine hour rate per machine hour per unit. So we are going to get the total overheads also per unit. So A, B, C, D machine hour per unit is 4, 3, 2, 1. Absorption rate is 18 as a whole. Okay, if we multiply 18 into 472 per unit for product A, 54 for product B, 36 for product C, 18. 72 plus 54 plus 36 plus 18, which is 180. 180 per unit is the overhead. So we found out the total overheads per unit. Okay, so as a whole, per department, to produce every 1 unit of every products, it actually causes 180 per unit of overhead to the department. So next one is, we found out the total overheads per unit for all the products. Now let's quickly find it out the total cost per unit. Statement of total cost per unit. Okay, particulars A, B, C, D. DM per unit, DL per unit. What else given in the question? It gives us prime cost plus overheads what we found. That's it. So DM per unit is, in the question what they gave, 42, 45, 40, 48. Ten nine seven eight. It's a labor. It's a labor cost per unit. Okay, if we total it, 52 is the prime cost, 54 the prime cost, 47 is the prime cost, 56 is the prime cost. So total cost per unit, which is 72 for product A, 54 for product B, 36 for product C, 18 for product D. If we total it, which is 124, 54 for 54, which is 108, 47 plus 36, which gives us the 83, 6 plus 18, which gives us 74, into number of units gives us total cost for all the products. So 120 units for product A, 600, 480, 504. Okay, 124 into 720, 89,280. 188 into 6, which is 108 into 600, which gives us 64,800. 83 into 480, which gives us 39,840. 74 into 504, which gives us 37,296. Yes, now we found out these total cost per unit using the absorption costing method. Now let's go to the ABC costing area. ABC costing. How we can find out the total cost per unit, total cost per unit, or total cost per product using the ABC costing method? Now for that we have to find out the cost pool. Cost pool is a activity overheads. Overheads per the activity is the cost pool. Overheads per activity. Okay, it's the cost pool. Cost driver quantity where we use base quantity level in absorption costing. No, so cost driver quantity is for ABC costing. Third one is cost to driver rate. Okay. Fourth one is charging it to the products. Fifth one is statement of total cost. Statement of total cost per unit or statement total cost. It's fine. Okay. Just like how we prepared a 5-step approach in absorption costing, the same method we are going to follow in ABC costing also, but instead of blanket rate we are going to use a activity wise rate here, right? So let's quickly start this sum. Actually, why is there a cost pool given in this sum? Actually, cost pool was given, but we have to reconstruct. See here, machine operation and maintenance cost should be apportioned, so we have to apportion it. What's the machine operation maintenance cost? Is 63,000. Let's apportion and reconstruct the cost pool. Now first step is one, cost to pool reconstruction in brackets. Okay, machine operation and maintenance cost is rupees 63,000 and it apportioned to setup cost, stores receiving inspection activities by 4:3:2. Okay, setup, inspection, what else? Stores receiving and inspection. Okay. Okay. Existing balance, how, what's the existing overheads of all these activities and what's the new apportionment happening with this ratio 4:3:2, right? So existing balance, how, what they have? 20,000, 50,000, 10,000. Okay, 20,000, 15,000, 10,000. What? Okay, 63,000. Now we have to apportion this 63,000 rupees divisible by 9. 4 gives us 28,002. Setup 3 gives us 21,002. Stores receiving 2 gives us 14,002. 14,002 inspection. So 48,000 is for setup and 36,000 for stores receiving, 24,000 for inspection. Okay, and what else we found out? The cost pool of, we have reconstructed the cost pool to set up a setup cost, stores receiving, inspection, and what else? The extra one thing, which is material handling and dispatch, which overheads to 2,592 rupees. Now the second step is to find out the cost driver quantity. S2, cost driver quantity. Since we are not given with the cost driver quantity structure, we have to build it. So what's the product, what its units? So it's most important. A, B, C, D. Unit is, how many units? 720, 600, 480, 504. 20, 600, 480, 504. Right. Now, what are all the major cost driver names we have here, which is production runs, requisitions, order executed. Number of production runs, number of requisition raised, number number of what else, or number of inspection, number of orders executed, sorry. Okay, the question what else, so what they have given is 50 for each product, so we can easily put the 54. Okay, wait, let's copy and paste that. Paste. Number of requisition raised on store is 50 for each product, so it's quickly like the figures 50, 50, 50. So total to 200. Number of executed, which is total number of executed they have given 192. Product wise we need to find out, and each order is 12 per unit, and the production run we know that 24 per unit. So 720 divisible by 24 gives us 30 production runs for product A. 600 divisible by 24, which is 25 production runs for product B. 480 divisible by 24, which is 20 production runs for product C. 504 divisible by 24, which is 21 production runs for product D. So T5 plus 30 gives us 96. Total number of production runs is 96. Total number of requisition raised is 200. Total number of orders executed is 192. So number of orders executed for product A, how we can find? We can find it through 12 units. So 720 units we have, divisible by 12 gives us 60 number of orders executed for product A. 600 divisible by 12, which gives us 50 number of orders executed for product B, and 480 divisible by 12, which gives us 40 number of orders executed for product C, and 504 divisible by 12, which gives us 42 number of orders executed for product D. So we found out the second step. We frame the cost driver quantity with the given clues. Now we have to find out the third step is cost driver rate, right? So let's quickly get into the cost driver rate. We have a cost pool and we have a cost driver quantity. The third step is to find out the cost driver rate. So what are all the activities we have? We have 4 activities which are set up, store receiving, inspection, material handling, and dispatch. Okay, cost pool is 48, 36, 24. Two five 2592. Cost driver name and cost driver quantity. This is to simply say this is our overheads, this is our base quantity. If we divide these two, we can get the cost driver rate. So that's what. So cost driver name is, for setup they are given as number of production run is a cost driver name. For stores receiving, number of requisition raised is cost driver name. For inspection, number of production runs for that also number of production runs. For material handling, number of orders executed, right? Okay, material handling and dispatches, number of orders executed, right? So we have to find out the total. 96 for number of production runs, 200 set cost driver quantity of number of requisition raised. Again number of production is 22, number of production runs is 96, and the number of orders executed is 192. Cost driver rate, which is let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 divisible by 2 is the cost driver rate. So for our understanding, I have put this. So 48,000 divisible by 996, which gives us 500 spent for every setup. That is 36,000. 180 rupees spent for every requisition. 24,000 divisible by 96, which gives us 250 for every inspection. Okay, 2592 divisible by 190, which is 13.5 per 13.5 spent per every material handling and every order executed. We can also make these as 500 per production runs, or 180 for every requisition raised. Okay, for our simple understanding. And the fourth step is to charging it to the product. This is a crucial step in the ABC costing part. So I've structured it. Let's see. First, what we have to put here is activity, and which is, let's say, wait, A, B, C, D. We have to charge it to all these products, right? And what our setup cost at 500, right? What's our stores are to 180. What our inspection at 250. What our material handling at 13.5. Okay, now total, okay, overheads per unit, total overheads. Total overheads. Actually, first we couldn't get only the total overheads, and then we have to find it for every units. So let's put it as total overheads and overhead per unit. Total overheads, overhead per unit. Total overheads, overhead per unit. Total overheads, overhead per unit, right? So what is the cost driver quantity for product A, which is cost driver quantity we found, no, which is 30, 50, 60. Setup is 30, store is 50, material handling is 60. Material handling is 60. Again, production run is 30. 25, 50, 50. 20, 50, 40. 21, 50, 42. So production run is same cost driven name for inspection also. So let's copy the values and let's multiply this up and find out the values for all the concerned products. Right, 500 into 30, which gives us 15,000. 500 into 25, which gives us 12,500. 500 into 20, which gives us 10,000 rupees. 21, which gives us 10,500. Now 180 into 50, which is 9,000. For all the products, since the number of requisition raised for all the products is same, so we can easily copy the values. And 250 30, which gives us 7,500. 25, which gives us 6,250. 20, which gives us 5,000. 21, which gives us 5,250. 13.5 into 60, which gives us 810. 50, which gives us 675. 40, which gives us 540. 42, which gives us 567. Right, so there are 720 units of products produced. Product A is produced, and 600 units of B, 480 units of C, 504 units of D. Thousand 15,000 divisible by 720, which gives us 20.8. 9,000 divisible by 50, which gives us 9,000 divisible by 720, which gives us 12.5. 7,500 divisible by 720, which gives us 10.42. 870 divisible by 13.5 into 60, which gives us 810. Okay, 810 divisible by 720, which gives us 1.125. 12,500 plus 12,500 divisible by 600 gives us 20.83, and 9,000 divisible by 600, which gives us 15. 6,250 divisible by 600 gives us 10.42 and 1.125. 10,000 divisible by 480 gives us 20.83. 9,000 divisible by 480 gives us 18.75. 5,000 divisible by 480 gives us 10.42. 540 divisible by 480 gives us 1.125. 10,500 divisible by 504 gives us 20.83. 9,000 divisible by 504 gives us 17.85. 5,250 divisible by 504 gives us 10.42. 567 divisible by 504 gives us 1.125. So that's it. We have found out every overhead per unit of every products. So let's plug the figures into the statement of total cost. Total cost per unit. Particulars A, B, C, D, which gives us, which actually takes direct material per unit, direct labor per unit, setup per unit, store requisition cost per unit, inspection cost per unit, material handling cost per unit. Then we can find out the total cost per unit. Okay. So our direct materials and direct labor cost is as same as absorption costing. So just paste the values here. Right, we pasted. And then setup cost per unit is 20.83, 20.83, 20.83, 20.83. In this sum, the values have been given, which actually been same as for every product. So just don't get confused by it. 12.5, 15, 18.5, 17.85. Why there is a difference for an acquisition only is there are similar values for 9000, but there are different units for every products. And then 10.42 for all the products and 1.125 all the products. One point one two five, 1.125, 1.125. Right. So 42 plus 10, 42 plus 10 plus 20, 42 plus 10 plus 20.83, which gives us right 12.5 plus 1.42 plus 1.125, 96.875, 45 plus 9 plus 20.83 plus 15 plus 10.42 plus 1.125, which gives us 101.375. 40 plus 7 plus 20.83 plus 18.75 plus 10.42 plus 1.125 gives us 98.125. 48 plus 8 plus 20.83 plus 17.85 plus 10.42 plus 1.125, which gives us 106.225. So if we multiply these per unit values with number of units, 600 units, 480 units, 504 units, we'll get the total cost per product. Total cost of every products 96.875 into 720 gives us 69,750. 101.375, 101.375 into 600, 60,825. 98.125 into 480 gives us 47,100. 106.225 into 504, which gives us 53,537. Now we have found out the total cost per unit under ABC and under absorption costing. Let's compare both. This is our that question, right? A, B, C, D. Absorption costing. The values are 89,280. These are the values, right? Let's copy and paste that. Okay. Absorption ABC, which is 69,750, 60,825, 47,100, 53,537. What's the difference? Difference is 89,280 minus 69,750 gives us 19,530. 64,800 minus 68,25 gives us 3975. 39,840 minus 4700 gives us 7,260. 37,296 minus 52,537 gives us 15,241. This is the difference. Why there is a difference? Because absorption costing follows blanket rate. ABC costing follows activity based rate. So this is the main reason there is a difference we arranged here, and other than that everything is as simpler than that. So this is what the concept is. Just I'll give a recap to you all to get the grip over this sum. This is one of the comprehensive sum. If you work out this sum before exam, this one is enough to handle any kind of sums given under absorption costing, right? So okay, EA Limited manufactures 4 products, namely ABC. So that what ABCD, and they have given the output per every product, and the cost per unit per every product, direct labor per every product, and machine hour rates per every product, machine hours per unit given. So we found it machine hour per unit multiplied with output. We found out the total machine hours, and then they gave us the clue to find out the cost over quantity, which is production runs of 24 units and sold in batches of 12 units. And also they gave a hint that, not a hint, that's a direct thing only, machine hour rate used for absorption costing, and total overheads given, and this is for only one department. So we found out this entire problem treated as one department, and using that we found out the absorption costing and charged it to the products by finding out the absorption rate, and we actually calculated the statement of total cost per unit for under absorption costing method also. And there comes the ABC costing. ABC costing is simply the different upside level of informations. Is a parallel thing only, but the names were different. Cost pool is a overheads per activity. Cost driver rate, cost driver quantity is a base quantity. Cost driver rate is absorption costing rate, and charging it to the products is as same as that, and statement of total is as same as that. So total cost pool they have given, but they wants us to reconstruct the values as given in the question. So we have reconstructed it, and the cost driver quantity clues given. With that we have found out the cost driver quantity for production runs, requisition raised, and orders executed. Cost driver rate we have to find out. For that we have an activity which is setup, store receiving, inspection, material handling, and we have a cost pool for all those activities that we have listed here, and the cost driver names they given in the question itself that we have listed here. And we found out the cost driver quantity total, right? So number of total production to produce all those products is 96 production run they have taken, and total number of requisition raised for all those products is 200, and the number of orders executed for all those products is 192 units, 192 times number 192 orders. So by multiplying this we got the cost driver rate for setup activity, cost driver rate for store receiving activity, cost driver rate for inspection activity, cost driver rate for material handling activity. So after that we got all the activity, all the cost driver rate, no, we just listed the figures here, and we have taken all the products simultaneously A, B, C, D, and we have got the total overheads by calculating the cost driver quantity, cost driver rate into cost driver quantity, which gives us the total overheads. Cost driver rates are listed here as same as here, 30, 50, 60, 30, 50, 60, right? So that's how we have listed for every values, and we found out the overhead per unit. So we are finding out the overhead per unit here, so we can simply multiply the number of units, and we can easily find out the total cost. So if we take the total overheads, then we have to manually multiply the 42 into 72 units, 45 into 72 600 units, so that we have to do. So by for to avoid that, we have find out the overhead per unit, and we found out the total cost per unit. By multiplying with number of units, we get the total cost values, right? And we found out the reason why there is a difference occurring for total, sorry, absorption costing and activity based costing. So that's the sum, and it's a simple sum only, but a little time taking, but it's easily understandable. And this is the one comprehensive problem to cover the entire chapter. And only one more sum, which is very simple sum only, we can easily get that. Let's get into it. This is only takes another 5 to 10 minutes only, so not a problem. Let's take this sum. Manufacturing company. Manufacturing company. Okay, just three account clerks. Accounts clerk. Responsible for processing purchase invoices of suppliers. Okay, each clerk is paid a salary of 1,50,000, 1,50,000, 1,50,000. Okay, and is capable of processing 5,000 invoices, 5,000 invoices, 5,000 invoices, 5,000 invoices per every clerk per year. And in addition to the salary, the company spends rupees 45,000 per year for printing of forms, postage, assuming that 50,000, so totally 15,000 purchase invoice processed during the year 12,520. So this is the budgeted. So this is the budgeted invoices, which are 15,000 units, 15,000 invoices, but the actual invoice is 12,500. This is what we have to understand. So what we are required to do is we have to find out the activity rate for the purchase order activity, and the activity rate has to be split to fixed and variable components, right? So, and total activity available, and split it into activity usage and unused activity. Total cost of resources supplied, and split it into activity usage and unused activity. Okay, let's start one by one. What they have said is activity rate, right? In general, activity rate is how this is actually the budgeted. What they have budgeted is budgeted invoices and budgeted overheads. So what they are saying is break the activity into fixed and variable. So what's the fixed overhead? What's the fixed overhead here? The salary of all those clerks are fixed, and rupees 45,000 spent on printing of postages, which is actually assuming for 15,000 15,000 invoices, rupees 45,000 for postages, right? This is variable. So based on the number of invoices processed, that's how the process, that's how the company will spend on printing of forms and postages, right? So just we are splitting it into fixed overheads divisible by budgeted invoices plus variable overheads divisible by budgeted invoices. Fixed overheads is equal to 4,50,000 divisible by 15,000 invoices plus 45,000 divisible by 50,000 invoices. Sorry. So 4,50,000 divisible by 15,000 gives us the rate of 30 plus 40,000 to 45,000, which is 3. So total activity rate is rupees 33 per invoice, right? If the company is processing 15,000 invoices. So what's the next is total activity availability. What could be the total activity availability? Activity availability. Total activity availability is 15,000 invoices. That's the maximum capacity we can do. 15,000 invoices. And what they have said is split it into activity usage and unused activity. Activity used plus unused activity. Activity used is 12,500 invoices plus 2,500 invoices. So finished it. So the third one is total cost of resources supplied. So what could be the resources supplied for available activity, used activity and unused activity? Total cost of resources supplied activity usage plus unused activity. So for activity usage, actively the used invoices is 12,500, and what could be the absorption rate? We have spent fixed and variable for all those invoices, right? So we have to use rupees 33 as a cost incurred for 12,500. So what could be the cost incurred for unused activity, which is 2,500, right? 2,500 into rupees 30 is the cost incurred for, because the fixed overhead, the accounts clerk, no, they can even process 2,500 units or 2,500 invoices also, but due to the limited market demand, we have only processed 12,500 invoices of that here. So activity usage cost is activity usage cost, unused activity cost. So 12,500 into 33 gives us 4,000. So 4,12,500 plus 2,500 into 30, which gives us 75,000. So total cost of resources supplied is 48,000. So 4,87,500 is the cost incurred for cost incurred for that particular year or particular period for the business happened, which is for 12,500. So this is only a simple sum only, not a big deal. We can easily process, and this is it. That's it. We have finished the ABC costing chapter. We'll see with another new chapter tomorrow. Thanks.